right, good afternoon. Welcome to our Mother's Day Luncheon in support of VNA Health. And this is our 25th anniversary. So thank you so much for being here, honoring and remembering our mothers and caregivers. It's a pleasure to be able to remember Nancy Koppelman and honor Katina Zaninovich today as our two mothers as we get close to Mother's Day. We're going to be starting our program in just a few minutes.
Welcome. Welcome to our 25th anniversary of our Mother's Day celebration. We're so proud to have been here and be with you here for 25 years. But I want to take the time to thank our sponsors. So I'd like to start with our mission sponsor, and they're sitting right here in front of me. Sencal Health, thank you very much for being our mission sponsor. We have our legacy sponsor, the Jerkowitz and Levinson families. I believe they're sitting just over in this area. We also have Bowie and Herb Simon as sponsors, Chris Toomey as sponsors. And Chris, I believe that the table is in this general area right here. They moved the tables on me, so I'm in the general area here. All right. The Woods Claysons Foundation, thank you for being a sponsor. And also our trusted sponsor, the Santa Ynez Valley Band of Chumash Indians. Thank you very much. We have our heart sponsors, the Angels. The Angels are just in front of us here. We want to recognize the Angels. We have Siva as our sponsor. I hope I pronounced that right, Michael. I'm really working on it. I hope I got there. Siva, there we go. Roberta and Stan Fishman, thank you so much for being sponsors. Linda Wyman and Bruce Even, thank you so much for your sponsorship. Hutton Parker Foundation, thank you for your sponsorship. The Meyer Simon family, thank you. And of course, our honored mother, Katina Zaninovich, thank you for your sponsorship. I want to say a profound thank you to Robin and Roger Himovitz. Robin and Roger hosted this year's Men's Night. It was our 21st annual Men's Night, and I wanted to let you know the purpose of Men's Night is to raise funds to fully underwrite this lunch that we're having today so that all of the proceeds from the Mother's Day lunch go directly to patients, families, and those in our community that receive services from VNA Health. And so we're so grateful for Robin and Roger, and they helped us raise just over $90,000 in one night at Men's Night this year. I want to give a special thanks to a few of the lead donors who were at that night: George Isaac, Keith Moore, Michael Holland, William Russ, Ernie Salmon, and Vince Caballero. Thank you. So this is exciting. Going into this luncheon, we've already raised over $380,000. Our goal was to raise our goal is to raise $410,000. So do I have a $30,000 bidder in the audience right now? No? You're saving it for the live auction. I like it. I was like, we could have got all the bidding out of the way right there. We are going to raise that today, and I'm really, really excited to be with all of you to do so. So putting together the Mother's Day Luncheon, including our attendees, it took, and it takes, and it will take over 680 people to put together this luncheon today. And I want to give a round of applause to every single person that helped to put this together. We have some very special people joining us. It is the 25th anniversary of our Mother's Day Luncheon, and we have some 25-year employees of VNA Health that are joining us today and sitting with us. I wanted to recognize Victoria Angeles. I wanted to recognize Shandy Newland, Julie Hirsch, Mary Beth Gomez. Thank you for joining us today. As many of you know, and I know all the healthcare tables in the room know, it is Nurses Week. Yes, Let's give it applause for nurses. Can I ask all of our nurses in the audience, whether you're active, retired, or taking a well-deserved break, to stand up and be recognized? Thank you for all you do. Nursing is a common thread in our community of caring for others. Nurses are the hands that provide the care, but many of us in this room are the hands on the shoulders of those nurses and others that are providing care. If you've been here in the past, and this is my 5th Mother's Day, I'm honored to be here for my 5th Mother's Day. We normally have people stand up that have been touched by VNA in some way, whether it be through the loan closet, our home health, through palliative care, home hospice care, or Serenity House. This year, I wanted to focus on those in the community supporting one another, and in recognition of Nurses Week, just wanted to ask you, please, if you wouldn't mind, instead of standing up, just take your right hand and put it on the shoulder of the person to your right. These are the hands on the shoulders of our community as we support one another. And I am so, so grateful to be a part of this community with all of you. Thank you very much for supporting one another. Now we move to having one of our first speakers. So aging in place and being able to be in one's home safely and comfortably is the goal for most people. Our first speaker today, Melissa Walker, is going to talk about how she was able to bring her mother home because of the care that VNA Health provided, and was honored. We were honored to provide that for her family and for her patients. So let's go ahead and welcome up. Thank you so much, Melissa Walker.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my mom. My mom was my best friend. I was the baby of the family, born 8 years after my 2 sisters. Santa Barbara was home, but even after I left for college and to go find myself, she was always the constant in my life. Every single day, on my way home from work, I called her, and she heard everything. Work drama, dating disasters, roommate complaints. She was the steady voice at the end of every day. When my dad passed away in 2012, I moved home for a year, and I saw her grief and her strength up close, and her and I became even closer. Later, when I got married and I had my own son, I moved home again, this time with my own family in tow, and she welcomed us with open arms. During my maternity leave, we had coffee together every morning, just me, my mom, and my baby boy. She was there for his first steps and his first words, and life felt full. Then, in 2023, she had her first stroke, and overnight, everything changed. The stroke had taken much of her speech and her mobility. She had always been my steady place, but suddenly, she was the one who needed me for nearly everything. That was my first introduction to VNA Health's home hospice services. At the time, we didn't realize how important they would become. While my mom was in rehab, someone had mentioned the loan closet. We had been given a long list of equipment that we would need to bring her home: a walker, a commode, things I had never ever thought about. I walked into the loan closet and I was shocked. Right here in our community, there was a place where we could get everything we needed for free. No red tape, no excessive paperwork, just compassion. Those next months were very challenging, but there was also laughter. My son would excitedly tell her about his school day every day when he got home, and he would dance in the living room just to make her laugh. Life didn't stop, it just looked different. I'm so grateful for the time we had together. Then, in September 2025, she had a second stroke. This one was more severe. She spent several weeks in rehab, and she could no longer walk at all, and she was often angry and confused. Her quality of life declined quickly, and my sisters and I were faced with decisions we never wanted to make. Someone mentioned hospice. I still remember the first call I had with the VNA case manager. I'd been holding my breath for weeks, unsure of what the next steps would be. and for the first time in a long time, I exhaled. She explained what hospice really meant, shifting the care of focus to comfort, dignity, and the quality of life. She talked about nurses, social workers, chaplains, equipment, and support, and not just for my mom, but for me too. And the first time since her first stroke, I didn't feel so alone. My mom always said that she wanted to die in her own home. It held a lifetime of memories for her, and she never wanted to end up in a care facility. Once she transitioned to hospice, I finally felt like I had the support I needed to bring her home. The speed at which VNA Health helped us arrange everything was incredible. A hospital bed, a Hoyer lift, wipes, briefs, gloves. They helped me prepare her room even before she arrived. And I was scared because she couldn't walk anymore, she couldn't feed herself, she couldn't manage her medication, but hospice made me feel like I could do it. The first day she came home, the hospice nurse came to visit. Laura sat next to me on the couch and she asked about my mom, what she liked, what she was like, and then she surprised me by asking, "And how are you doing?" Caregiving can be incredibly lonely, but in that moment I felt supported and seen, and Laura became my guiding light. She texted every morning to check in. I texted her constantly with my questions. If my mom's medication would change, a few hours later, there would be a knock at the door and someone would be standing there with her new medication. Twice a week, a home health care aide would come over and give my mom a sponge bath, and they would wash her hair and care for her so gently. Afterwards, she always looked peaceful. The support was truly all-encompassing, even in the middle of the night emergencies. One morning at 6 a.m., I walked into my mom's room and her bed was empty. She had fallen during the night and she was under her bed on the floor. I called the hospice emergency line panicking, and a nurse answered. She immediately and calmly talked me through what to do. I called 911 and they were able to get her back into bed. Before hospice, this would have meant all day in an emergency room. But because she was on hospice, she was able to stay home where she wanted to be, and a nurse came to check on her at home. No hospital, no chaos, just care. The last week of her life was the hardest. Laura came over and helped me prepare the medication, putting them into small syringes so I could give them to her every 6 hours, even through the night. It was exhausting and it was emotional, but it was also a sacred time. Family and friends came to visit. She was surrounded by pictures and memories and love, exactly where she wanted to be. She passed away in the middle of the night on December 20th. I woke up to give her her medication and she was gone. I sat with her for a while and I called hospice. They offered to send someone immediately, even at 3 a.m. But I asked if we could wait until the morning. I wasn't ready for that moment yet. They said something I will never forget. It said, "Take your time and call us when you're ready." That kindness meant everything. In the morning, my husband and son came in and we said our goodbye together, and then hospice came and they gently helped us through the next steps. When I think about hospice, the only way I can describe it as this: it felt like someone was holding our hands through the hardest experience of our life. Someone was guiding us and reminding us that we weren't alone. They transformed something that could have been frightening and overwhelming into something loving. And that is why hospice matters. Every family deserves that kind of support. Every person deserves to spend their final days surrounded by dignity and comfort and love. And every caregiver deserves someone who will sit next to them on the couch and ask, "How are you doing?" Thank you so much.
Well, I think Melissa said it perfectly. Someone to hold your hand. Kieran was talking about a hand on a shoulder, and I think that's what VNA Health is. It's that moment that medicine can't touch, which is that human touch. And I love looking around this room and seeing how many of our honored mothers are back, how many of our families are back of remembered and honored mothers. And this is a strong community that does believe that everybody deserves that same dignity. And I think VNA Health is 25 years. I think I've been at this event for 30 years. So I don't know if I was here at the wrong event for all those years, but I'm proud to be back in just a small way to support VNA Health and at this Mother's Day luncheon. My mother was an honored mother a few years ago, and I was proud to be there as a son, but I'm even more proud to be just a small supporter of what VNA Health does every single day of the year. This is our day to honor and to celebrate the work that goes on. It's also our day to support VNA Health financially, to make sure that there are more stories like Melissa's, that there are more families that get the benefit of what these incredible caregivers and nurses and administration does to support these families in their most important time of need. So a couple little housekeeping items here. If you might have been noticing my bling ring over here, you too can have this fancy piece of jewelry with the added benefit of winning some amazing raffle items that are over here. Where are my raffle ticket sellers? Okay, pretty soon they're going to be running around this room selling raffle tickets. And there's all kinds of wonderful things that you can support and win. Also, see these bags next to your chair? These Opolis bags. This is a local family that has this company that is supporting VNA Health. They're global citizens. You can see some of the imagery on the back of this bag, so make sure you take a look at that. Also, Balthazar and Rose in the back. Left, or your right side, my left side, they're selling some products back there, all in support of VNA Health as well. We also have Gavin Plant's pop-up gallery in the foyer. Make sure you take a look at that as well. And Urban Drost is going to be playing the piano while we have our lunch. But before we get to our lunch, I hope that you do take a moment to look around the room. These are like-minded people that believe in the same thing that you do, that everyone has the right and deserves the ability to live an entire life of dignity, surrounded by love and support. So thank you so much for being here, and enjoy your lunch, and welcome. All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Is everybody enjoying their lunch so far? Pamela is. Again, thank you so much for being here this afternoon at our Mother's Day luncheon in support of VNA Health. There are so many different avenues in which VNA Health is able to touch and support our community. Whether that's the community closet, as we heard about earlier, in-home care, Serenity House, all of these different ways that VNA Health is able to support families. And as I said earlier, from every moment of life. And giving families that confidence to be able to finish out that chapter is so vitally important. And it's because of the people here in this room this afternoon that that's possible, that so many families and patients are impacted by what VNA Health does. As Kira mentioned earlier, 100% of all of the proceeds today are able to go directly to support these programs because of all of the amazing sponsors and all the work that these volunteers did ahead of today's luncheon. And one of the coolest things that VNA Health does is engage the youth of our community and be able to explain and talk about an incredibly difficult and complicated topic such as end of life, but do it with grace and do it with dignity. And it is my pleasure to introduce someone that I've known since she was like this big. She is my neighbor, her family friends for a very, very long time. But to give a perspective from the voice of a 16-year-old, wise beyond her age, please help me welcome Eve Sheldon.
good afternoon, and happy Mother's Day weekend. When I think about Mother's Day, I think about love. Not just the kind we celebrate with flowers or cards, but the kind of care that shows up in private moments. The kind of care you rarely see from the outside, but makes all the difference. That same quiet, behind-the-scenes care is what VNA Health provides every day. They care not only for patients, but for entire families, bringing support into homes, surrounding people with love, and providing dignity and compassion during the hardest times. My own experience with medical care has shaped how I think about support in a very personal way. When I was in 5th grade, I had a catastrophic knee injury that required major surgery. Since then, I've had multiple knee dislocations in both knees and 2 more surgeries. My recovery included braces, crutches, ice machines, and shower chairs. Basically, if it's on wheels or comes with straps, I've probably used it. And that's only part of my story. I also have severe hearing loss and have worn hearing aids since I was 6 years old. So I've grown up understanding how important access is to the right support, not just for recovery, but for being able to live your life the way you want to. And the truth is, I've been incredibly lucky. My family had the ability to get me the resources I needed, and I never had to question whether I would receive the care to help me function and succeed. I never thought much about it until family started asking to borrow our recovery equipment. And I realized how expensive medical supplies are and how quickly the costs can add up. Recovery is hard enough without having to worry about how you're going to afford the tools that make it possible. At first, I thought about creating an exchange program for high school students and their families, something that would allow people to reuse equipment and support one another. Sounds familiar, right? But then, my grandparents told me about something that already existed and they had used many times. VNA Health's Loan Closet. The Loan Closet provides medical equipment completely free of charge to people in our community. Things like wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, and shower chairs. They may sound like small items, but they make a huge difference in someone's ability to recover, stay independent, or care for a loved one at home. I didn't need to create something new. I just had to get the word out. That's why I started a high school club called Lend and Mend, and why I'm so excited to volunteer with VNA Health. To spread the word, especially to young people, raise support likely from older people, and simply show up wherever help is needed. The impact of the Loan Closet is profound. It reduces stress for families, allows equipment to be reused instead of thrown away, and reminds people that they don't have to go through hard times alone. When you think about it, that kind of support reflects something very familiar. Because on a day like today, I think about mothers. Mothers are the quiet organizers of our lives, and they fill them with endless love. They are the ones sitting beside hospital beds, managing appointments, and somehow holding everything together. I feel incredibly grateful. Grateful for my mom, and by the way, happy Mother's Day, Mom. You always advocate for me, make sure I have what I need, and I'm so fortunate to have you as my mom. Grateful for the opportunities I've had, and grateful for organizations like VNA Health and their Loan Closet that help mothers care for their families when they need it most. Now, before I conclude, I know you are wondering how you can help, as you have heard. Members of the London Men Club are here today selling raffle tickets. If you haven't seen them, look for the girls wearing sashes and crowns and buy your tickets before 1 p.m. when the raffle closes. Mom, you would love the beauty package, you know? It looks really nice. These funds will help the Loan Closet continue providing support to those in need. Thank you for being here, for your generosity, and for supporting the Loan Closet, although I hope you never have to use it. And I hope you all enjoy your Mother's Day weekend. Thank you.
It's moments like that I have confidence in our future. Thank you, Eve. And thank you to all the London Men girls for being here and supporting VNA Health. You guys are awesome. Now, it wouldn't be a Santa Barbara luncheon unless I came up here and sold you something. So, we have just a couple of items for a live auction. This live auction is going to support VNA Health 100% to get us bridging the gap to where our goal is to make sure that VNA Health is able to continue on its mission. Neil, are you okay? Okay, good. I thought I lost you there for a minute. We have just 16 items to auction. I'm joking. We have 2 items. That's it. And then we're going to get back to Chardonnay and chicken. We have a trip for our first live auction item of the afternoon, a trip to Napa for an ultimate luxury getaway. Now, I can tell you as somebody from the winemaking world, you want to go and visit winemaking. You don't actually want to live it. So this is your chance, instead of going and spending an ungodly amount of money to own a winery, this is a chance to go up there, dip your toe, and come right back. The best way to do it and to support VNA Health. You're going to get 3 nights up in Napa. You're going to spend 2 nights at the Lila Napa Valley Resort Hotel and Spa. It wouldn't be wine country without a spa. You're going to get a luxury room in an adults-only 4-star luxury resort in the heart of wine country. Small little place, 64 rooms, but you get the run of the place for a couple of nights. And then you're going to move over to the Carneros Resort and Spa as well. Along with that, you're going to have some wine tasting at Tres Perlas Wines. You're also going to have a private tasting at Continuum Estate, plus a magnum of their acclaimed wine. A magnum means it's really big. It's a big old bottle of wine. Can't finish it yourself. You're also going to go golfing for 4 at Marin Country Club, private resort. You get to go in there and try and get yourself kicked out if you want. It's totally fine with me. You're also going to get a Miroslav Cabernet Sauvignon, a 2016 Napa Valley Cab. Very, very highly acclaimed. So this is a whole package to go to the second best wine region of the world, outside of St. Inez, up in Napa, all supporting VNA Health. Did I say that right? 2 nights at the Alila Resort and Spa, 1 night at Carneros, all the wine tasting. You come back, none of the hangover. Let's start the bidding off for this trip, and you can use it whenever you want as far as I'm concerned. There might be restrictions, but I'm not sure. Let's start the bidding off to get it going at $1,000. $1,000, thank you so much. Now, $1,500, thank you. Now, hey, the Thrashes are here. Hi, guys. $2,000, thank you so much. Now, we can clap or we can raise our paddle. $25, thank you so much right there. Keep clapping. This is all going to support VNA Health. $2,500, now I need $3,000. $2,500's my bid, I need $3,000. $3,000, thank you so much. $3,500, thank you so much right over here. Now I need $4,000. $3,500 here. Anybody else for $4,000? $4,000, thank you so much for that bid right here. $4,000, I need $4,500. $4,000's bid. $4,500 feels good. It's $500. That's all it is, helping VNL. Yes, 45, thank you so much. Now I need $4,750. $4,500's bid. Anybody else for $4,750? $4,500 here. 3 nights. Right? Oh, thank you so much, Renee. You look gorgeous in peach. Is that peach or pink? I can't tell. $47.50. Now I need $5,000. $47.50. Anybody? $5,000. Thank you. I also enjoy a floral print as well. $5,000 here. Anybody else for $52.50? $5,000's bid here. $52.50. Yes. $52.50's bid here. Now I need $5,500. $52.50 here to Renee in Village. $52.50 there. $5,500. Yes. Thank you so much. $5,500's my bid here. Sheila, give her a little kick under the table. Maybe you can go with her. $5,500 is my bid. $57.50 if you'd like it. $5,500, magnums of wine, all the wine tasting. 3 nights. Yes! $57.50's bid. $6,000. $6,000. $57.50 to $6,000 if anybody else wants it. Renee has it right now. I'm going to go once now otherwise, and twice. Sold to Renee Grubb. So much wine. All right. My last item and my second item, sounds more dramatic when I say my last, is a chance to go up to Whistler and spend 5 days, 4 nights at either the Fairmont Chateau in Whistler, or you can go to the Hilton Whistler Resort and Spa. Both of these places are ski in, ski out. If you want to go in the winter and have all those amazing winter wonderland experiences, you can go the summer as well. So, of course, Whistler Blackcomb Ski Resort, the big old gondola that connects both Whistler and Blackcomb. In the summer, you can go hiking, mountain biking. The Scandinavian Spa apparently is open. I don't know what that is, but it looks amazing. A lot of spas here. Again, you can choose either hotel you'd like. 5 days, 4 nights. In Whistler, supporting VNA Health. The value for this, as long as your passport works, is $1 billion. You can go, you may not be able to come back. No, you can, anytime you'd like. Priceless memories, priceless value, supporting VNA Health. Let's start the bidding off for 5 days, 4 nights at, I don't know, 2,000. Yes, 2,000? Let's go for $2,000. Anybody else? 2,000. Oh, Steve, you don't even have a paddle. You just have a bling ring on. Thank you, Steven. 2,000. I need 2,500 now. 2,000's bid. And 2,500, Theo. Thank you so much. Now I need 3,000. 3,000. Thank you so much. Now I need 3,500. Dude, the clapping feels so good. Feels so, it'll work off that chicken and Chardonnay. 3,000's my bid. I need 3,500 now. 3,500, thank you so much. Now to 4,000. 3,500's bid. Anybody else for 4,000? 3,500's bid. Anybody else for 4,000? 3,500 here. I'll go 4,000, thank you so much. 4,000's my bid. I mentioned that it's 5 days and 4 nights. And you're like, how can you do that? You go consecutively the entire way through. You can stay 4 nights in a row at either of those places. Isn't that a treat? Thank you for listening. Gotta get my other jokes out. 4,000's my bid. Anybody for $42.50? 4,000's bid here with the skiing and the hiking. 4,000's bid. Anybody else for $42.50? 4,000's bid over here. Anybody else for $42.50? 4,000's bid here. Anybody else? Otherwise, we're gonna go once and twice. $42.50, Theo. Oh gosh, that was quick. 4,500. Come on. Yes, 4,500's bid right there. 45 back to 47.50. 47.50. Thank you so much. Now to 5,000. Oh, Theo, don't pump fake for me, buddy. I got eyes right here. 5,000. What was your bid? I'm sorry, I totally forgot. 45? 47.50. Thank you. My enthusiasm's high. My math skills are like right here. 47.50's here. 5,000 to the Thrashers. 47.50 here. You know what I'm gonna do? I like both of you guys. He's my doctor. We're gonna go back down to 4,500 where he liked it. It's cheaper for you. We're gonna sell it twice if that's okay. 4,500 and 4,500. Kieran, I think we made up that gap. Thank you guys, clap for yourselves. Right? That was our gap? With this success, I'll be here another 26 years. So it is now my pleasure to introduce a live performance. And do I give it away, or do I give the whole thing away, or do I let them do it? And then I explain it. Leilon, do I explain it, or do I tell them what it is, or is it a surprise? Let's make it a surprise. We've got a very special surprise for you.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. There's a choice to make. We're saving all our lives. Make a better day, just you and me. Let's hear it for them, folks. What a great job they did, huh?
But can we please give it up for Contreras Flamenco Arts? For Creative Network. Forever Young Line Dancing. Laguna Lendenman with the sidestep, really good guys. And of course, David Felder leaving us off there. Thank you so much, guys. Now, it's my pleasure to get to the heart of why we're here, our honored and remembered mothers. And it's my pleasure to introduce, first is going to be our remembered mother. And before I introduce Arlene to come up and talk about Nancy, I had a chance to know Nancy Koppelman very well. And this morning I was talking to my sister, Haley Firestone, and she was telling me the story about a trip that they went on through direct relief to Peru. And she teared up as she was telling the story about how Nancy had this way of just like being this Pied Piper, and all the kids would just have to gather around her. And she had an energy, and she had a mission to just help. And that's an important mission, and I think it's something that we can all emulate. And for us parents, we want our kids to also have that same mission to just make the world a better place. I don't want to steal Michael Jackson's lyrics, but it's really important. So with that, I would like to introduce, it goes up, Nancy's BFF, and the kids say that's best friend forever. Arlene Sabin, please welcome up to the stage to talk about Nancy Koppelman, our remembered mother.
One of the things about Nancy is everyone was her BFF. She had a way of making everyone feel like they were her best friend. And so I am very honored that I'm considered her BFF because she had so many. She was one of the funniest and kindest and mischievous people I have ever met. She had a talent of making everyone she met feel like they were her best friend, and everyone wanted to be. To be in her circle was an honor. She loved you with reckless abandonment and courageous acts of protection. That said, she was a force of nature. No one would ever dare to hurt her tribe. She told me that when she was sick, that she weaved her tribe into a beautiful tapestry that was strong and enduring. That tribe of hers is alive and thriving today, and many of us have traveled far to be here to honor her. She loved to tell me the story of bringing Renee into her life. She heard about Renee on a walk with friends, and at that moment she told Larry, we're going to have Renee as our daughter. Renee was the center of their world. Nancy loved to share with me that when they were building their house in Montecito on the beach, she brought Renee there, and Renee said, am I going to have my own bedroom in this castle? And she did. She had a wonderful bedroom there. Larry, I loved when Nancy would tell me over and over about meeting you at a restaurant in Southern California and how you looked at her across the room and it was kind of love at first sight. You were her rock, and she always told me she loved you so much because you were like an Eagle Scout, even though my husband told me that Eagle Scouts are supposed to be prepared. In my eyes, Larry always did the right thing, and Nancy shared that with me multiple times. Together, they opened their home to presidents and dignitaries from around the world. When you entered their home, you knew you were somewhere special. Often you could see dolphins swimming by. My husband proposed to me right in front of their home at Butterfly Beach 4 years ago. And I don't even know how he knew which house was hers, and he wanted to go into the gate, even though it said no trespassing. And I'm like, no, we can't break the law. And, but that was really special to me. Nancy was on the board of several local nonprofits. Her sense of humor never wavered. She would share with me fundraising letters she made up that were hilarious. And I'm like, are you gonna send that out? And then she's like, no, but I sent it to Coco and Sandra, and they thought it was horrendous. She was always up to shenanigans, and she was full of surprises to those of us close to her. She shared we all got, like if we were going on a trip, we all got a little bag. It had cinnamon toothpicks in it, those red noses, almond deodorant, which we all still have because she gave us several. Forks that extend it so you could take food off of somebody else's plate. and she had, and I didn't know this until one visit to their home, that she had in the basement not one, but several of these toasters that if you had a little thing you put in it, it would make Jesus on the toast. And so she had Jesus toast. I once wondered where she got all of these magic tricks, and later found a drugstore in Aspen where it was like you went back in time, and they had blackjack gum, for those of us that grew up in the 50s and 60s. When she called me to tell me she had cancer and 4 months to live, I immediately flew down to Santa Barbara to be by her side. Together, we went over the 5 wishes. I asked her what she wanted me to say at her celebration of life, and she said, please tell them I was fun while I lasted, which is very true. This was indeed, a special person in my life. I miss her every single day and often wonder how our world would be different if she were still with us. To you, Nancy, we are celebrating your magic of motherhood and love. May it live forever. And I also want to say that at the very end of her life, VNA came in and was there to help those of us that were close to her to make that transition. And I will never forget how much trust and how kind and compassionate they were at that time. So my mom is now in hospice, and I didn't really know much about hospice until I spent that end of life with Nancy. So open your wallets and give generously, because one day it may be us. So thank you so much.
May the long-time sun shine upon you. Oh, love surround you.
When I think about the gift that I believe Nancy gave the world, and she certainly gave me, was when Nancy shined her headlight at us. In this case, when she shined her headlight at me, she not only gave me acceptance, at times she even loved me more than I loved myself. My intention is to do that for others today.
Nancy was magical, so heart-centered and playful and she had one of the great laughs ever.
Surround you and the pure light within.
Nancy just saw me and loved me so much. She loved everybody. Everybody felt this warm blanket of embrace by her.
I saw her as a social alchemist. She was able to bring together a real wide diversity of people and really gel them. She could bring people together for a higher cause.
Nancy was just an infectious spirit. She had such a positive view of the world, just the ultimate optimist. Tackled hard problems, but was always with laughter, always with humor. Just a really extraordinary person who you definitely wanted in your camp.
Nancy was the most amazing community organizer I've ever met, and she gave the best hugs ever.
We love you, Nancy. You are the most memorable light in our community, and all your networking is still going on. We love you.
Guide your way on. Guide your way on.
She had a wonderful imagination, and she was able to manifest things like, you know, I want to meet so-and-so, or I want to do, and she would do it.
But it was more than just her humor, which was present in every single thing that she did. It was this deep curiosity about life and her spirit of adventure.
When she made a commitment to something, she gave her time and her energy. You know, she didn't just write checks. She did that too. So she lived up to what she promised.
Yeah.
And more. You know, I think it was the perfect embodiment as she left of her motto of,
if it's not fun, forget it.
That's right, don't do it.
All love surround you and the pure light within. Guide your way on. Guide your way on.
I had two things happen that were like visions, but they were awake visions, and I don't remember if I had them because they were more real than real. One was I was in a dark room, and I was watching something come up, and it was going to be a picture. And I was shaking this pan, which I've never been in a dark room in my life. And all these little dots were coming up. And they were like the picture of my life. And as little dots came up, I had this profound feeling like, oh my gosh, there is a pattern here that I have never seen. That if I didn't take that 9th grade speech class, if I didn't go do that, the teacher hadn't kept me after school to join the speech club, even though I didn't want to, and she made it detention, that I would not have, I was standing at a podium introducing Desmond Tutu, and I wasn't afraid, or spontaneous speech, or someone that I met that was important to me, and my 5th grade teacher that let me write poetry all the time. All these little things in my life were so meaningful. And they were just dots on a bigger picture. But it was profound that there was a deeper purpose, and to look for those serendipitous moments and see how they fit into something bigger. Second thing was being at a loom, at a huge loom, and we were all just pulling down strings intuitively, like pulling down what we thought the right strings were, and then we were weaving. And as I was pulling them down, I didn't know what color, I just knew what to do. And I looked down, and it was like miles of women, and all these women I knew. I mean, and it was, I remember, women I know from New York, Zainab Salbi that started a nonprofit, you know, everyone here was in it. I just looked down in amazement. And the message was, just keep doing what you're doing. You're not supposed to know, because I wanted to know what tapestry we were. But we were all just intuitively creating something. And the message was, what you're creating will burn your eyes. It's so beautiful. But it's not for you to know. It's for you to keep your head down and just keep weaving. How can we love people? Yeah. How can we just love one another? I've just seen the power of just love, just being loved and loving each other. The most healing power in the universe is just the power of love.
Arlene, it's our honor to present you with the Remembered Mother Crystal Heart. For Nancy Koppelman, I want to say thank you to Larry and thank you to Renee for joining us today as well. Thank you so much. What a beautiful tapestry Nancy has weaved for all of us. And when we talk about miles of women standing, I know there are miles of women, men, and people standing and honoring Nancy. And once again, I want to thank the Koppelman family for joining us and for Arlene. Well, Katina, it's your turn. This is fun. This is fun. It's not every day we get to honor one of our own. Here, we're very, very excited. A little background on Katina. She began her career with VNA in 1892, I think it was. No, 1982, sorry. 1982. As a nurse, she went on to serve as a community hospital liaison, director of clinical services, and of course, as our executive director here at VNA Health back, and I believe the name back then was visiting nurse in hospice care of Santa Barbara. And we were so grateful and so honored for your service. But VNA is not only where Katina has represented her amazing powers within our community. She served for over 15 other nonprofit organizations: Alzheimer's Association, Central Coast Chapter, Cancer Foundation of Santa Barbara, Casa Dorinda, on the board with Casa Dorinda, and they're here with us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Santa Barbara Neighborhood Clinics, the Cottage Health Board, the Foundation for Cottage Rehabilitation, and Goleta Valley's Hospitals. That's a mouthful of boards just for Cottage. That's fantastic. We're so grateful for all you've done, and we're so proud and honored to be able to recognize you for your extraordinary leadership. You received the Royal Pride Foundation Citizenship Award in 2016. You were named Santa Barbara Foundation's 79th Person of the Year in 2022, but I know none of them hold a candle to your Honored Mother Award that you're going to be receiving today. With that, I got a sneak peek of this little video that's about to start from your family, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you, and we'll talk in about 5 to 10 minutes.
All right, have a seat, please. What do I do with this mic? It's gonna be right there. Yeah.
Testing.
Okay. How do I look?
I'm Catherine Engelman. I'm Katina's daughter.
I'm John Etzel, and I'm Katina's son.
Who is Katina Zaninovich?
This can't be real.
Katina Zaninovich is fundamentally somebody that is joyful.
Well, can I call her my mom and not Katina?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I think of my mom, I think of somebody who has an unusual amount of joy to her demeanor.
My mom is someone who has like a zest for life that I feel like not a lot of people really have.
She loves to dance, she loves to have a good time, and she loves community and family.
There was one year that my high school's basketball team was doing very well, and so the attendance at their games was like really high. and it was halftime, and they played a Shakira song, and everybody in the parent section was sitting down, and my mom is standing up and dancing like there is no tomorrow. I was so embarrassed because it was high school, but also that's just like so my mom.
Yeah, my mom was always very involved with anytime there would be a school trip or a school event that needed a volunteer, that needed an organizer.
I think she's someone who just has a lot of optimism and like sees the best in people.
Royal Pride Foundation.
I find it really cool and admirable that she had this like vision for her life and knew what she wanted to do and went out and did it.
Vieja Valley school spirit.
And that kind of focus and meaning is really like centered around helping other people.
Team mom for soccer, for baseball.
Being in her presence, I feel like you get a sense of that. It kind of radiates off of her.
Sitting in piano lessons, pretty much everything.
All right, now you can look at the camera.
Okay.
This is a message to your mom.
Mom, I love you so much. It's probably embarrassing for you to have a video about you playing right now, but it is what it is. It's the second time I've done this for you, and that's an amazing thing. Not many kids get the opportunity to make 2 videos to be publicly played about their moms. So congratulations, enjoy it. Love you so much.
Hey Mom, I really wish I could be there with you today, and I'm really sorry that I'm not there to celebrate with you. I wish I could support you in person as much as you've supported me over the years. You've given me so much, and I'm really glad that you get this opportunity to have people recognize how special you are. I love you so much.
I think they did an excellent job with that video. Well done. Well done. We'd love to bring up Sonia Caesar to join us. Cesare, excuse me. Katina's sister is going to share a few words with us.
Okay, I just have to say, the best part of that story that Catherine just told, she conveniently left out of that video, and that is she was across the hall in that high school gym during that basketball game. She texted her mother, "Shakira, sit down." Notice she didn't put that part in there. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Sonia Cesare, Katina's younger sister, and together with my husband Paul here today and my brother John Zaninovich, we thank you for honoring our most extraordinary sister. John is attending his daughter's Syracuse University graduation today and unfortunately cannot be here, but he certainly is in spirit. Let me tell you a little bit about my sister that you might not know. Her career in healthcare did not begin in Los Angeles or in Santa Barbara, but rather at a very young age in our home, in our little town of Delano, California. Day 1 of first grade at our St. Mary's parochial school with the Dominican sisters, Katina declared she would become a nun. When our maternal grandmother, our Nana, moved into our home in the late 1960s so that our angel mother could provide in-home care as Nana became bedridden, Katina's focus morphed from nun to nurse. At about age 10, she probably could have attained her nurse's aide qualification because she was always at the side of the visiting nurses of Bakersfield that would travel to Delano to help our mother with in-home care a few days a week. Katina loved caring for Nana. She was immediately comfortable with the home hospital bed and the oxygen tank, while Brother John and I ran for cover, too frightened by the entire ordeal. It was her first exposure to the privilege and dignity of dying at home. Having our Nana die in the bedroom just down the hall from ours after 5 long years in bed. That experience shaped who Katina is today. Her training continued as she became the youngest candy striper at our small Delano hospital. She was accepted as a candy striper at this young age because our next door neighbor, Dr. Montgomery, was chief of staff at the hospital. He witnessed Katina's early passion, her focused talent, and her serious and responsible nature. She also worked in Dr. Montgomery's office during the summers as well. She knew that her experience would need supplementing in the ways of administrative exposure. In high school, she went on to work at Mercy Hospital, Bakersfield. The Sisters of Mercy ran the hospital. Are you detecting the theme here? Katina was always eager to regale our family at the dinner table with her day's experience. Daddy would ask, "Well, kids, what did you learn today?" Katina was off to the races, joyfully sharing all the details of her learning that day, helping with the blood draw or witnessing a birth and every gory detail that accompanied those experiences. John and I regularly lost our appetites as Katina waxed on. So excited was she to share her day. Mount St. Mary's in Los Angeles was Katina's nursing college of choice. Small at the time and located in the hills above Brentwood, it is run by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet. Katina was again back in her element with the nuns. John and I ran from the nuns, both attending our father's alma mater, USC, excited for football, the marching band, fraternity life, but not Katina. She was in full glory with 4 more years of training by her beloved nuns. Upon graduation in 1978, she accepted her first official career job with the Hospital Home Health Care of Los Angeles, later moving to Santa Barbara in 1982 to join VNA Health, where she thrived, obviously, rising to executive director. As she often states, the hardest decision in her life was the choice to leave her VNA career to raise her 2 adored children, John and Catherine. Katina's lifelong career came full circle when she welcomed our parents to live with her in her Santa Barbara home. They were aged 88 and 90. Both had entered the golden years with declining health and mobility issues. Katina had the help and support of the beautiful Angela sisters, a family of caregivers, and we are honored to have them here today at the luncheon. Hi, girls. Please stand up so we can applaud you. Stand up. Okay, for the first time in Katina's career, these sisters are not nuns. They're actual biological sisters and daughters from the Menchaca family right here in Santa Barbara. Together with this loving and caring team, Katina provided the rare gift of familial personal care in her home for 9 years to our parents. Both Mama and Daddy left this world in Katina's home with her arms tightly around them. And of course, she had the steadfast assistance of Santa Barbara VNA Health by her side for the entire 9 years. It is with deep appreciation that our family thanks you for recognizing the contribution our sister has made to the health and well-being of Santa Barbara. She was born a caregiver, which is a career of the heart. She has the biggest one we know. Thank you.
The innovation of visiting nurse associations began in the 1880s in New York, where free nursing care was provided to those who could not otherwise afford it. After graduating from the first nursing class at Johns Hopkins University, Marion Watts continued the trend of bringing care directly to the patient in need and began one of the first VNAs of America in Santa Barbara in 1908. In 1910, Marion purchased the organization's first of many buildings on Haley Street. Over the years, through the vital support of the Santa Barbara community and VNA health leaders like honored mother Katina Zaninovich, VNA grew in size, technology, and services to become the leading in-home provider of healthcare it is today. VNA Health.
Hi, Katina. This is Wayne Kidder. I wanted to congratulate you on being selected as a Mother of the Year. This is a real honor. While it's been a number of years since I was practicing, I do remember you and the VNA and all the good work you did for my patients.
Keiko would join with me to thank and honor Katina for her decades of volunteer service for the VNA health community. Her many years of hard work with this organization and her activities as a community board member for so many other volunteer organizations is an inspiration to all of us, and her Honored Mother Award is so well deserved. Congratulations.
Oh no, I wish I could sing it to you. Oh, 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 mostly I'm silent, silent.
Hi, I'm Jeannie West, longtime friend and professional colleague of Katina. I'm very proud to be here today to join VNA in honoring you as Mother of the Year. Congratulations, Katina.
Katina, champion of healthcare accessibility for all in our community. Whether she's tackling a big job leading the home care team of VNA or helping a neighbor navigate a cancer diagnosis, Katina is compassionate, thoughtful, knowledgeable, and determined. Salute, my friend.
We met in the early 90s. You were the CEO of VNA, and I was a brand new board member. Katina, you were really missed when you stepped away to be a full-time mom and then a caretaker for both of your parents. This community thanks you for your commitment to healthcare, the continuum of healthcare in our community.
Congratulations to my good friend Katina. You are the honored mother from VNA Hospice this year, and I am so proud of you. You have had such a long history in Santa Barbara of being such an important part of the nonprofit world. My favorite was that you were on the Cottage Hospital board with my wonderful husband, Michael Tobes, for so many years. But there are so many others, neighborhood clinics, just dozens and dozens. Everybody loves you, and with good reason. You couldn't be a better friend to Santa Barbara.
Congratulations, Katina, for being selected as the Honored Mother for 2026 by VNA Health. This is such a deserving award for you, as you have raised and nurtured so many nonprofits here in our community, and you've just made us a better place. So thanks for being our community mom, and congratulations on this well-deserved award.
Yes, so let that beginning of what I want to feel forever. Oh, let that beginning.
Katina, from your friends and family at Casa Dorinda, we would like to extend a sincere congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. And thank you for your many, many years of great service to our Santa Barbara community. Enjoy the day.
Congratulations, Katina, on being selected the Honored Mother of the Year. I look forward to whatever your next ventures might be. I support your energies and your intentions, and I wish for you all the happiness in the world. You are a most deserving honored mother.
Katina, congratulations. So proud of you and so happy to call you my friend. I've seen your great skills, your great leadership. You're awesome. I'm so proud of you today. Congratulations.
Oh, Katina, I was so honored when I was asked to say a few words about you. And then I started thinking, how do you just say a few words about Katina? You are so loved and respected in this community. Thank you for all that you've done. You've inspired me and everyone else to keep giving back to our community.
Dear Katina, when another nurse endorses our work here at VNA, it really means a lot. Thank you for your continued support and advocacy.
Katina, congratulations on winning Rockstar of the, Honorary Mother of the Year. You are a rock star, and just thank you so much for all your help with Cottage Rehabilitation Hospital and our move to Goleta Valley, and just your work on the board and supporting all of our patients in the community who need our services.
Katina, you've done so much good work for healthcare in Santa Barbara over the years, and so much for VNA Health as well. Thank you, congratulations, and you're a real treasure.
I hired Katina in 1982 and thus began a long and successful career at the VNA. Congratulations, Katina. You are definitely one of my best hires.
I was already working at Visiting Nurses when Katina joined our tiny staff in 1982. She was a beautiful, bright light, smart, fun, and compassionate. In the following years, it's been wonderful to see her deservedly rise through the ranks. She is so worthy of this award.
Katina, your family here at VNA Health, Visiting Nurse and Hospice Care of Santa Barbara, all of the staff, executives, former directors that are with us today are here to honor you, and we're so proud to present you with the Honored Mother Award.
If you don't sit down, we won't get out on time, and everybody will get in trouble. Oh my gosh, I just wasn't prepared for all of that, so I need a second. But, and didn't I luck out in the sister and the children department? I think I did, yeah. So a huge thank you to Kieran, Lailan, and the Mother's Day Luncheon Committee for this wonderful tradition envisioned 25 years ago by Pat Snyder, our first executive director of the VNA Foundation, to honor mothers as caregivers and community volunteers and to educate the community on the good work of VNA Health. So it's probably no surprise now to hear that I loved being a visiting nurse. When I walked into that little red house on the corner of Santa Barbara and Haley Street on May 17th, 1982, I fell in love with the VNA. It was not just a job. It was a way of life. We had such a strong team, and I'm happy to tell you that many of my ladies are here today. Susan Lindman, the executive director in 1982, Enid Pritikin, our licensed clinical social worker for over 40 years, Jeannie West, our director of private duty and home health aides, Pat Hansen and Mary Moore, who directed our rehabilitation department, Judy Leslie, staff nurse extraordinaire since the 1970s, Debbie Arneson, our first director of development, and Pat Obler, who got us certified in home hospice and became the hospice director. We did some really good work. So, as you heard from Sonia, Leaving the VNA in 1992 to stay home and to raise John and then Catherine was the hardest decision I ever made. But it is one that thousands of women make each day as they struggle to manage a job, marriage, and children in the way that's best for them and their families. Then in 2012, my brother and sister and I realized that my parents were no longer able to stay and care for themselves in their home of over 50 years, and so they came to live with me. And then after 20 years, VNA came back into my life. After my mom suffered 2 strokes, Dad had MRSA and a GI bleed. We had PT, OT, speech, nursing, and in the end, hospice. And they were everything that I remembered VNA to be. You have a right to choose your home health and hospice provider, and it should always be VNA Health. And why? Because we are the best. Yes. Every person who works here is imbued with the tradition started in 1908, along with the deep and lasting commitment that to our community that we take seriously. VNA knows that our most prized asset and resource is our staff, and the professionalism, the ongoing education, and all the tools necessary to do the best and to be the best are given. We have a local board of directors of men and women, your friends and neighbors, who give their considerable expertise, time, and treasure to furthering our mission and to making sure that every decision made is not by a corporate entity residing somewhere else, but right here. We are the only licensed, not-for-profit provider of home health and hospice services. We serve all, regardless of ability to pay. And to do that, we need your support. I hope that today you will give that support. I know there are plenty of care cards on your table. But I hope that that support goes well beyond today. I hope that you will be a sustained donor of VNA Health year after year, so that the tradition and the innovation for future needs of our community will always be here and available when you and I need them as well. And while I thank you for this recognition today, I truly share this with all of you. For each of you are caregivers and volunteers, and that is what makes our Santa Barbara community such a special place to live and work. Thank you. Not done.
You're not done. Not done yet. We have to pick our raffle winners, and that is the Honor's Mother role. So we're going to take 10 more minutes. I got 6 because we were all sitting down, so I took 6 more minutes, so we're going to take 10 more minutes, and we're going to pick some raffle winners here. So let's start with our pink tickets. So we have the shopping spree. So Katina, please pick our winner. Oh, there's no name, but the ticket number is I'm having a hard time reading it. 423451. In the back. Congratulations. There's our shopping spree winner. All right. The Art of You, and my friend Gavin. Thank you, Gavin, for bringing your art and joining us today. Oh my goodness. Jim Crook is getting a commissioned art piece. Where are you, Jim? Congratulations. Well done. All right, vintage fashion. I believe this has one of Lady Ridley Tree's hats. Sheila Hunt, our good friend Sheila. Congratulations. That's going to the perfect person. All right. This is for the staycation. Oh, we're reading it again. You've got the readers. All right, let's see. There you go.
423347.
Beautiful. 423347. If it's in my pocket, that's amazing. No? There we in the back. Lovely. It's not in my pocket, Dana. Well done. Mind, body, beauty. That's all right.
854662. 854662.
All the way in the back. Congratulations. One of our wonderful volunteers. All right, these are the gold ones. The gold tickets, everyone with the bling rings. Wine and dine. You're going to have to pick another one. I got it. There we go.
835202.
835202. Congratulations on the wine and dine. That's fantastic. Sports Bonanza. Our good friend Vivian. Vivian Soldikin with Hearts Aligned. Congratulations, Vivian. Katina, thank you so much. I'd like to thank the Lendon Men Club for joining us and helping us with the raffle today and the selling of the tickets. Well done. I'm pretty sure, as Andrew said, we definitely bridged our goal. So thank you so much, Vivian. I mean, not Vivian, Katina. Goodness, I have so many names. Katina, thank you so much. Well, here we are. A couple of minutes over, but we want to thank you all for joining us, being with us at the 25th anniversary. I'm so excited to see so many former executive directors. I just noticed Jim Rivera up here. How are you, Jim? Good to see you. Eileen Bunning. Just so many people that I had a chance to meet with that really were the hands on the shoulders of this organization. And we all stand on their shoulders today, so thank you for that. The parking gates are open. Save the date for the next Mother's Day luncheon. It's going to be May 7th, 2027. Please, the centerpieces are reserved for the families of past honored and remembered mothers. Do not forget to take your Apollos bag home with you. And care cards are on the table. Auction and raffle winners, remember to stop by the auction and raffle table to pick up your prizes. And of course, happy Mother's Day.
We're going to do one more for Katina. This is another one of her favorite songs here. Hey, where do we go? This when the rains came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing, running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fall with our hearts a thumping. You, my brown-eyed girl, you, my brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened? Tuesday is so slow. Gone now, the old mind transistor radio. Standing in the sunlight laughing, I'm behind the rainbow wall, slipping and a sliding all along the waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl. You,
Thank you. Thank you. So great to be here with VNA Health. Please enjoy the rest of the wonderful midday afternoon.